Good morning, and thank you so much for waking up with us on Daybreak. I'm Matt Howerton.
And I'm Dia Wall. We've got meteorologist Greg Fields, traffic anchor Erica Lopez here to get things started on your Wednesday morning.
Yeah, right now just a little bit of overnight roadwork in Tarrant County is all we're seeing. Otherwise, pretty quiet start to the drive.
And we had some pretty heavy downpours yesterday across the area. That was kind of isolated to scatter, but we saw that yesterday. Some lower chances today will linger across the area, and then we'll get into what to expect as we head toward the end of the week and the upcoming weekend. So here's what you need to know heading on out the door this morning. Yes, some storm chances will continue tomorrow and Thursday. So, of course, we'll get into the timing and let you know how widespread all that will be coming up here in just a few minutes. Now, we will start to see temperatures coming down a little bit for the latter half of the week. Not a big dip in temperatures, only a slight one, but still going to be on the warm side. And then we are talking about more scattered storms in the forecast here as we head on into the upcoming weekend. But it's all quiet out there for you right now. 69 degrees, so it's cooled off a little bit. Calm winds once again this morning. We'll have those upper 60s getting out to McKinney at 69, 70 heading over to Terrell here this morning, and those upper 60s heading over to Granbury at 68, and Mineral Wells comes in at 66 right now. So as we go through the day, coverage very low with the showers and thunderstorms, putting it only about 10% as we head into this afternoon. We'll have some partly sunny skies. Light east winds at around 5 to 10 and still going to get up close to 90 a little bit later on today. But we'll wrap up the week, of course, talk about the weekend ahead coming up here in just a few minutes. Now over to Erica, checking on traffic.
Greg, thank you so much. Relatively quiet out here. Just a little bit of overnight road work that we are dealing with. This is in Tarrant County, 820 in Sun Valley on that southeastern portion. So we can see crews out here. It does look like we're not dealing with any full closures along this stretch. We're still moving in both directions, which is great. I'll take you over to where this is on the map here. Just want to point it out here along 820 and Sun Valley. Very close by along 20 in England. I want to check in on that overnight road work in the Forest Hill area. That has not fully cleared. We still have a lane open and moving, but that's going to be one thing that you want to be aware of. But as we zoom out and show you what the map looks like, lots and lots of green out here across the Metroplex this morning as you plan out your drive in Denton County, 35E, 35W split. No issues or delays out that way. We're also moving nicely on 75 in Cullen County. Matt and Dia.
All right, thank you so much, Erica. Downtown Dallas could be set for another major shift soon.
Not even 24 hours after the Mavs announced plans to leave the AAC, the Stars are floating a move to exit the city entirely.
Yeah, the team has its sight set up on the tollway in Plano, and Janelle Ford is live at the shops at Willow Bend, where this potential deal could change the landscape.
Well, Matt and Dia, I don't know about y'all, but this feels a lot like deja vu. The Stars just announced that they do plan to come here to the shops at Willow Bend in Plano and make this their new home. Now, right now, the shopping center is in the middle of a major transition. Several anchor stores have closed. Demolition is expected to begin this fall, and developers are planning to remake this property into a massive mixed-use development called The Bend. Now, the Stars are eyeing being the centerpiece of that redevelopment. Yesterday, the team announced it signed a non-binding letter of intent with the city of Plano to pursue a roughly $1 billion arena and entertainment district here. This announcement comes as the Stars remain locked in a legal battle with the Mavericks over management of the American Airlines Center, a fight we've talked about quite a bit over the past several months. Now, this is not a done deal yet. The letter of intent is exactly that. It's an intent to keep talking. Plano City Council still has to discuss the proposal. Negotiations have to continue, and a final agreement still needs to be reached before any construction can start. Still, for many fans, the thought of losing yet another Dallas sports team is hard to swallow.
Arlington Rangers, Arlington Cowboys, Plano Stars, I guess Dallas Mavs still kind of, but yeah, I mean, I would agree. It's kind of sad. I feel like Dallas, as a big sports fan, living in the city kind of loses a little bit of appeal, and that's unfortunate.
And overnight, Dallas Mayor Eric Johnson weighed in, saying in part the news highlights the need for downtown Dallas to evolve and compete more aggressively with neighboring cities for businesses, residents, and attractions. Now, the lease for both the Stars and the Mavs doesn't expire until 2031, but as of right now, it appears neither team will be staying in downtown Dallas. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Janelle, thank you for that. On the agenda for Dallas City Council today, how much it could cost to fix up City Hall. It's one of the key buildings in the larger conversation when it comes to the future of downtown Dallas. City Council members will get to analyze those numbers in just a few hours as they decide whether to fix the building or move. Neiman Marcus is also departing downtown Dallas. The department store chain was founded there back in 1907, but its parent company, Saks Global, confirmed the store on Main Street will shut down in September. Saks initially announced that closure last year, but city officials convinced them to keep it open. In a statement, Dallas City Manager Kimberly Beiser-Tolbert called the news a disappointment, but said it would continue to partner with Saks as they invest in the transformation of its North Park store. In just a few hours, jury selection is set to resume as a case so many across the country are following heads to trial.
At the center, a teen accused in a deadly track meet stabbing, and court officials are working to keep high interest from impacting proceedings.
On Monday, several people were escorted out for taking photos and video inside. Chris Sadeghi is live for us at the Collin County Courthouse now ahead of another busy day. Chris?
Well, Dia, they started with 600, but this morning we expect just 250 potential jurors to return here to the courthouse. And by the end of the day, the court hopes to have selected the 12 jurors and 6 alternates that will decide this case. They will get there through more focused, more individual questions than those on the questionnaire that the entire jury pool received on day one. We do not know specifically the questions on that questionnaire, but typically jurors are asked about their experiences with law enforcement and their prior knowledge of the case being tried. The goal is to find a jury that will not be influenced by coverage or online discussion of the case and can be an impartial judge of the evidence presented in court. Carmelo Anthony is charged in the stabbing death of Austin Metcalf at a track meet last year, and given the interest in the case, we've reported security is increased as to help protect a fair trial. We did confirm 3 people were escorted out of the courthouse on Monday for trying to take pictures or videos inside the courthouse, which is a violation of standing courthouse policy, not just for this trial. There are no cameras allowed in the courtroom, but WFAA will have reporters and a legal expert inside, and they will be able to hear the questions asked of these jurors as they hope to have a jury seated for opening statements scheduled to begin tomorrow. Matt and Dia, back to you.
All right, Chris, thank you for that update. Join us on WFAA Plus for our streaming special every night at 8 p.m. when court is in session for expert analysis on what's playing out inside the courtroom. Plus is a free download to your TV.
Now let's get you to 3 things that you need to know this morning. 11 days before the first World Cup game kicks off in North Texas, and some DART workers could hit the picket lines. Paratransit workers voted 160-1 to authorize a strike against its contractor. A union spokesperson says the workers have been unfairly treated and management has failed to address their concerns. There is another negotiation session next week. DART's Paratransit provides service to more than 11,000 North Texans with disabilities. You may see a low-flying plane in Dallas today. The city says an aircraft with the Environmental Protection Agency will fly at low altitudes around Fair Park, the Cotton Bowl, and downtown Dallas, and it's surveying the area as part of preparations for the World Cup.